I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Sydney who?
Sydney.
Take a straight and stronger course.
Woo. Who is that?
Sydney.
Sydney who?
Sydney me.
Sydney me.
Sydney for the puppy.
Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured for the Queen to use. Move me on to any black square, use me anytime you want. Just remember that the goal is for us all to capture all we want. Don't surround yourself with yourself. Move on back to squares. Send an instant comment to me. Initial it with loving care yourself. Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured for the Queen to use. Don't surround yourself with yourself. Move on back to squares. Send an
Wait. Here he comes, Graham. Uh-oh, he's gonna try to go down. Who is that girl?
Sydney Little Kirksey.
Wait, who's that?
Sydney Little Kirksey.
Oh no, Sydney Leo Kirksey. And a half. How old?
Sydney Little Kirksey, 4.5.
Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
In case you missed it, this clip ran early in the video. I thought I'd run it back so you could see what goes on all day between a brother and sister when they're having fun with Graham and Poppy at the playground. But the key to making all this work is having a grandmother who's right on top of the situation at all times. And so you'll notice what happens first is Sydney reaches down, picks up a handful of mulch, and Sydney very quickly throws that mulch onto the sliding board Yuli's been using for the last 5 minutes. And Yuli, of course having mulch under his feet to the tune of about an acre, doesn't take notice of it, but he certainly sees what Sydney just threw onto that sliding board. And Yuli goes after it immediately. Notice that with his very quick little hands, Yuli has already grabbed himself one giant chunk of it. But the key is Graham has already moved in and is already in control of this situation, unbeknownst to Yuli, because Yuli has already decided to give up that giant chunk he's picked up for those several chunks still lying on that sliding board. But too late for him, because Graham is already on top, sweeping all of it off the sliding board before he can get himself righted. But Yuli has one more shot. He has spotted one more chunk, and he's going after it. Too late. Graham's already on top of it. Sliding board's clean.